Let's be real for a second. The scariest monsters aren't hiding in the dark. They are sitting next to you at work. They are standing in line at the grocery store. They are smiling politely at your family gatherings. Sometimes they are staring back at you in the mirror. Sounds extreme, right? But stay with me. There's a dangerous lie society loves to tell. Good people are always good. Evil people are always evil. But that's not how human nature works. In reality, every person you know is carrying around two versions of themselves. One that's capable of kindness, love, and sacrifice. And one that, under the right circumstances, could betray everything they stand for. Let me paint a picture. Imagine you're at your job. Your boss calls you into the office and says, "We need you to fudge these numbers. If you don't, you'll cost this company millions, and you might lose your job." What do? Most people think they'd stand up and say, "Absolutely not. I'm a good person." But studies say otherwise. Most people, even good people, fold, not because they are bad, because they are human. And humans are programmable creatures. Put us in the right situation, apply the right pressure, and you can get us to do almost anything. History proves this over and over. Do you think the people who ran Nazi Germany were cartoon villains? No. Many of them were shopkeepers, teachers, fathers, mothers, normal people. But under the weight of propaganda, fear, and group pressure, they became part of something monstrous. Let's bring this closer to home. Have you ever stayed silent when you saw someone getting bullied? Laughed at a cruel joke to fit in? Lied for your boss because it's just business? Shamed someone online just because everyone else was doing it? If you said yes to any of these, congratulations. You've already touched the edge of the darkness inside you. We all have. The Lucifer effect, the transformation no one sees coming. Psychologist Philip Zimbardo calls this the Lucifer effect. It's how good people slowly become unrecognizable to themselves. Not because they are evil by nature, but because certain situations flip hidden switches in the brain. Think of it like a software hack for the human mind. It's not about waking up one day and deciding to do evil. It's about 1,000 tiny decisions that push you closer to the edge. And before you know it, you cross a line you can't uncross. Why do good people go dark? Let's break down the hidden mechanisms at work. These are the psychological traps that can turn anyone into a villain without even realizing it. 1. The authority hack. Why we obey even when it feels wrong. Picture this. You're in a room. A man in a lab coat tells you to push a button that shocks another person on the other side of a wall. You hear screams. You want to stop. But the man in the lab coat says, "It's okay. Keep going. I take full responsibility." Most people think they refuse. But in Stanley Milgram's real experiment, over 65% of participants kept going, right up to lethal shock levels. Why? Because a person in authority told them to. Real life example. Ever heard of someone staying silent about abuse because the abuser was their pastor? Or following corrupt orders at work because that's what the boss said? This happens every single day. Good people obey authority because it feels safer than questioning it, even when it destroys someone else. 2. The dehumanization shortcut. How we stop seeing people as people. Have you ever seen online arguments where people stop using names and start using labels? She's a Karen. They're just sheep. Those people are trash. The moment you reduce a person to a label, it's easier to justify cruelty. That's why genocides start with propaganda campaigns. That's why racism, sexism, and political hatred work so well. It's not about logic, it's about removing empathy. Once you stop seeing someone as human, it becomes easier to bully them, silence them, hurt them, or destroy them, all while telling yourself, "It's fine, they're not like me anyway." 3. The group trap, when the crowd becomes more important than your conscience. Ever watched a riot on TV and thought, "I'd never do that"? Don't be so sure. When people are in groups, something scary happens. Your brain stops asking, "Is this right?" and starts asking, Will the group accept me if I do this? That's why mobs happen. That's why people jump on social media hate campaigns. That's why you've laughed at something you knew was wrong, because everyone else did. When you're in a group, your identity melts into the collective, and the collective doesn't care about your personal morals. 4. Moral disengagement, the excuses we tell ourselves. Let's get personal. Have you ever done something you knew was wrong, but told yourself, it's just this once? Everyone else is doing it. I have no choice. They deserved it anyway. This is called moral disengagement. It's your mind's way of letting you sleep at night after you cross a line. It's not that you're bad. It's that your brain wants to protect your self-image. So it edits the story until you're the hero, even when you're the villain. 5. The shadow self, the dark part of you no one talks about. Carl Jung said every human has a shadow. It's the part of you that wants to slap someone in traffic, fantasizes about revenge, enjoys the idea of power over others, resents people who seem better than you. Most people pretend this part doesn't exist, but the more you deny it, the more control it has over you. That's why good people can snap in shocking ways. Ever heard of a nice guy who suddenly becomes a stalker after rejection? Or a kind neighbor who loses it and does something violent? That's the shadow exploding because it was ignored too long. The realization no one wants to admit. You are not immune to this. Neither am I. The potential for evil lives inside every person. It's baked into human nature. We love to think of evil as something out there, as if it's a monster hiding in the bushes. But the truth is worse. The battle between good and evil happens inside you every single day. How to resist the pull toward darkness. Awareness is great, but it's not enough. You need tools. Here's how to build psychological armor against the Lucifer effect. 1. Train your moral courage. Courage is like going to the gym. If you don't practice it when it's easy, you'll never use it when it's hard. Start small. Speak up when someone's being mistreated. Say no to tiny ethical compromises. Admit your mistakes, even when it's embarrassing. These representatives build the muscle you'll need when life throws you real tests. 2. Run mental simulations. Elite soldiers run combat drills. You need to run moral drills. Ask yourself, what will I do when someone pressures me to betray my values? How will I act if my group turns toxic? Will I have the guts to walk away if my leader becomes corrupt? Visualize your response now, so when the moment comes, you don't freeze, you act. 3. Watch for the micro moments of evil. Nobody wakes up and says, today I'm going to become a monster. But they say, it's just a joke. I'll speak up next time. This doesn't really matter. Evil starts small. Every time you betray your conscience, even by 1%, you slide closer to the edge. Oh, and by the way, I've got something very special for you. Sigma's Black Book of Untouchable Power. It's an e-book that contains a forbidden secret knowledge that will turn you into the man others fear and respect. Warning, this will be deleted soon. The elite don't want you to see this. Grab it in the description section or pin comment below. Let's continue. 4. Own your shadow. Instead of pretending you're pure, get honest. What are the dark thoughts you have? What temptations do you secretly entertain? What would you do if you knew no one would find out? Facing this part of you is not weakness. It's how you control it before it controls you. 5. Choose leaders and groups carefully. Ask yourself, who am I listening to? Are they making me better or making me bitter? Do they unite people or divide them? Also ask, who am I influencing? Because like it or not, someone is copying you. Final secret, becoming dangerous the right way. The goal isn't to be a soft, nice person who folds under pressure. The goal is to become dangerous for the right reasons. Someone who knows they could destroy, but chooses to protect. Someone who could betray, but chooses integrity. Someone who understands the darkness, but chooses the light. That's real strength. That's real good. So ask yourself, when the moment comes, and trust me, it will you obey like the rest? or will you rise above it? The battle isn't out there. It's in you, right now. Don't miss out on the Sigma's Black Book of Untouchable Power. This will be deleted soon. The elite don't want you to see this. Grab it in the description section or pinned comment below. See you in the next one.